What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing out there? As you can see, I am in different clothes from the initial interview, but that is because this interview is actually pre recorded and you guys just saw the actual episode. But thanks to the power of technology and magic, I am
Hmm.
able to do this interview now. So, as you can see, the guest I have on the screen is somebody who was supposed to be here on episode one because y'all saw
Don't
them
do
flyers. I
me.
done did all this hard work, put
Don't
him in
do me.
flyer,
Don't
promote
do
the hell
me.
out his ass.
Don't do me. Don't do me.
I won't do you. I won't.
Don't
I
do
won't do
me.
you. I'm gonna let you do you. You know, you do it better.
Don't do
Uh,
me.
but like I said in the first episode, y'all, he had the gig. He was getting them coins, and y'all know I don't shade nobody that get their coins, baby. You chasing that bag? Hey, get that bag, baby. I'm all for that.
Hmm.
So we can finally say welcome to somebody I have known for many, many years. We first met in WeHo. He
Hmm.
was the host of the drag race viewing parties out in Mickey's, which was and still is my favorite club in all of LA. Oh, I miss that place. Oh, that
It's
was my
still
second home,
there.
y'all. It's still there, and they just reopened.
They
So, without
did.
further ado, I want to welcome y'all to the Velvet Rope, a first timer but long time guest. He's been tucked away in that VIP section, way in the back by the kitchen. Uh,
Exactly where I should be, by the kitchen. Easier access to the food.
he is the host of Loungin with Tony, More Please, Dishin Days, and he has been a guest correspondent on ET Canada,
Oh wow,
and
that resume sounds good. Who that?
he has interviewed Raven Simone, Abby Lee Miller. He has even interviewed one of the actors from Pose. He interviewed Castle from Pose.
Yes.
My God, and the list goes on and on. He's a hell of a dancer. He is the only person that I know that can bust out the single ladies routine with his eyes closed and not miss a move. Okay,
Nope.
y'all.
Just
And a
move out of my
fellow
way.
Exactly. And a fellow drag race super fan like myself, y'all give it up for the illustrious, enigmatic, divine,
Okay, adjective.
divalicious Tony Moore.
That me, y'all. Hey.
Hey, baby.
How you doing?
Who's on? Well, you know what? Let's get out of this main lounge. Let's go over to my new area, y'all. Y'all get to see the new area. We're going to go into the hookah lounge of the Velvet Rope. Y'all get into that nice
Not the
little
hookah
background. Y'all see
lounge.
them plates. We
Okay,
gotta have
now.
hookah.
Them plates empty though.
Is it? I cleared it out just for you. That's what I want. I cleared it out so we
Mm-mm.
can have some
Be
us
clean.
time.
Be clearing it
You
out. You need
know.
to put something on it. I'm hungry.
Oh my goodness. So so much has been going on this past year.
Hmm.
Um, y'all know, from the first episode, y'all know we had so much going on. We had so many things going on. We will never forget that has made a year of coming slowly out of COVID memorable.
Hmm.
Gorilla Glue Girl, the Super Bowl halftime performance by The Weeknd, and I just read a few days ago he is nominated for 2 Emmys for that performance. So kudos to him. I don't know why he was nominated. He didn't really do anything, but the dancers did more work than his ass, and they were banded up. You couldn't see half them motherfuckers' faces. But
Right.
anyway, um, let's just dive right into one of my favorite subjects,
Hmm.
and that is the girls.
The
The
girls.
girls.
The
You know,
girls, darling.
the girls. Bring back my girls.
Bring back my girls.
So I'm pretty sure, like I said, he's Drag Race super fan. So I know you have Paramount Plus, or something hooked you up with the Paramount Plus.
I do have Paramount Plus. It's nobody's business but mine how I got it.
There you go, got it. So let's go back. We're gonna talk about today's episode, or I would say not this, because y'all know they dropped that shit. For me, I don't know about you, honey. It dropped at 11:59 last night. I was shocked. They didn't wait till midnight. They said we're gonna do it a minute early. And
Not a minute early.
yeah, I looked at my clock. It said 11:59, and there it was. So we're gonna get who went home this week, which was, I'm gonna just say, the person who should have went home. She was very delusional. Um, we're gonna get into that in a second, but let's go back about 2 weeks. So
Now wait a minute. Now before you get into this, now you know how I am about Wi-Fi, and your Wi-Fi is going in and out.
it's a little crazy because I'm working from home and it's a little wonky. Bear with me, all. Bear
Okay,
with me.
okay, I'm being with you. That Wi-Fi got you.
See, how he gonna go in on me? I should have known he went in on all the rest of the other girls and now he gonna go in on me, y'all. Damn.
I'm just saying. I'm sitting here like listening intently, and the
I
Wi-Fi
guess I'm
is
not
carrying.
ready. Well, that's cause shit. When you in the desert and it's hot as a motherfucker, shit.
Oh goodness, you that means you got to sit up under the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Okay, so going back a couple of weeks ago.
So go. You know what? Hold on. Let me backtrack even more. I can honestly say we have a very good group of girls this season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like every season of All Stars, it's a lot of fan favorites. Um, and I'm glad. I can honestly say I'm glad that we have Sonique though, because she is legendary. Because we
Yes.
have not seen her since season two, pre-transition. And let me correct myself. We have not seen Kylie since season two.
Well, we did see her in that Christmas special,
I don't count the Christmas special.
but I mean, and I don't think anyone does. But but we have seen just a little. We got a little taste. We got a little
Got a little
taste of
taste.
Kylie
Got a
Sonique
little
Love.
taste.
Hmm.
Because I will say, when she walked into that workroom, I was like, oh,
Body.
okay.
That's what
Bo-
she's known for. She is the
Baby,
body beautiful.
she brought it. Mother brought the
Hmm.
body. She said, y'all wanted fish, y'all got fish.
Okay.
Because, when Gia was on, we got tilapia. So, uh,
Oh,
hey, she said it, not me.
the
She said
shade,
fresh tilapia. I want
the
that big ass
shade,
bag she had, though.
the shade of it
Anyway,
all.
oh, I'm shady with these girls. So, last week, Silky went home. And
Last week, Yara went home.
I'm sorry, last week Yara went home. Before Yara, Silky went home. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Silky
Hmm.
went
Hmm.
home. And I watched the challenge, and I agree that Trinity should have won because she really did come out of her shell. It seems like the acting thing really works for her.
Yes. No, yeah, she that whole group, the Fix It Bitch crew, that
Mm-hmm.
really was for me the funniest one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I wish Silky would have really brought Silky because that was the time to do it like she was on her season.
Yes. I think what happened was in the clutter of their commercial. There was just a lot to do in a short amount of time. And unfortunately, she got the short end of the stick, which I don't think she should have gotten the short end of the stick. I think she should have been very prominent because she has such a bold, funny, loud personality,
Yeah,
for something like
very
that.
in your face.
Yeah. So I think in all the clutter was not the right word, chaos of it
Yeah.
all, with so much to do. I think that I think she didn't allow herself to fully like be in it and make sure that she's a part of it because there was even that one moment where she changed it to the wrong outfit and had to give her line to a carrier. So she said she only had three. So now you're down to two. You know what I mean? So it's like, in these challenges, everything counts because
Mm-hmm.
every person that walks through that workroom on All Star 6 is a bad, or in any All Stars, is a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
you don't have the luxury of like a regular season where the girls walk in and you really don't know what they're capable of. In All Stars, you know what each of these people are
Mm-hmm.
capable of, and the slightest thing. can end up sending you packing and sending you home, and that is what is unfortunately happened to Silky. So,
And you know what? That is a very valid point, and DR fans know this. When it
hmm
comes to All Stars, we'll say after season one, we won't count season one because the teams that was not a good idea, and Rue knew that wasn't a good idea.
it wasn't a good idea, but
It was cute at the time.
it was definitely a taste of what All Stars was. They probably had to sell it,
Yeah,
and they had to do that. But you know,
when especially I think for in my opinion, I think it's harder for girls. It's harder for girls who have been away for so long, likely when you've been away for so long, and then it's harder for girls who are fresh off their season and they jump right back into that frying pan,
hmm
you know. But for girls that've had a couple of years, and I will say 2 years, they got time to grow, they got time to elevate that drag and to really show what they're capable of. And Silky, I would say she fell in that mark of a 2 year range because her season was season 11. Um, or was
hmm
she 12?
she
Season
was
11. She was
11.
season 11. So she had time to elevate that drag. And I get that she wanted to show, I guess, a softer side of Silky, not so much of the loud. But the thing is, she listened too much to the fans that were hating on her, and she wanted to show she doesn't have to be loud all the time. But like you said, in that challenge, everything counts. And then Rue throws a wrench and says, "Oh, y'all hoes ain't being judged individually. Y'all gonna be judged as a group. So one fall,
Right,
y'all all hoes going down." And that
right.
was the gag right there for me.
hmm
Like I'm watching it. I made the face Katya made when she said, "I'm like, oh shit, here we go."
mm
And you know, this is the thing with All Stars, and I'm trying to figure out. I know you're trying to figure it out too. What the fuck is this game within a game? When are we gonna see this?
I don't know. It reminds me of America's Next Top Model, where they had the game within the game, and they were still competing, just like the girls were. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was determining who would actually come back into the competition. So that's what I'm waiting on, is
Mm-hmm.
for one of them to be added back into the competition because they have been playing along with them.
Yeah.
Um, that's just my theory. You know, as soon as they said game within a game, it made me think of America's Next Top Model when they did the same thing, and the girl came back, um, based on that. So,
See, my brain when I heard that after I would say the second girl that went home, um, I instantly started thinking like, okay, how is because we never know the formula. Like they said in Untucked, you don't know the formula. There is no formula to Drag Race because Rue throws so many different curveballs at you. You don't know what the hell's gonna happen. And so
mhm.
I'm thinking, okay, is Rue gonna do? You know, we have all the girls that are competing now sit to the side. All the limited girls come back on stage, do a lip sync all together, and fight for that spot. Or I would love for them to do like how season 4 of All Stars when they were behind the mirror and Fifi's face got cracked when she found out they all Alyssa heard every single word. That is
Yeah,
still one of the best moments of All Star history
face
is that
crack.
face crack
Yeah,
because she was just going. All of a sudden, you see Alyssa's face and she's just. I
gagged.
Side note, Alyssa was better than me because I'd have came around there and said, "Come on, bitch, no, finish speaking. What was you saying? Come on, finish your statements. Finish it. You
But I
bad? Come
mean,
on, you
listen,
bad?
I think whenever you say something, you just have to stand by it.
You do."
If that was Fifi's feelings, that was Fifi's feelings. But you know,
And don't blame the editing.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel
Sometimes you
like
can't. Sometimes you can't.
sometimes, look, you can't blame editing when you gave them something to edit.
True.
So if you don't
True.
give it to them, then they don't have anything to edit.
True.
So there's that.
So at this point, we all know when a girl goes home, she don't go home. She go back to the hotel and chill. Uh, Because every time we see that van drive off, it's like, bitch, you ain't going to the airport. You going back to the hotel, bitch. That's just for show. You packing your bags for show, so that way they don't suspect nothing.
Right.
Um. So next girl that went home, Yada.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her entrance look. It was very much Yada,
Mm-hmm.
loud, but high fashion in her own way.
Mm-hmm.
Because Yada is
Mm-hmm.
very fashionable, and she sews for a lot of the girls, especially out here in Vegas. Um, I kind of felt like she, as the competition went on, she became a little bit of a diva in a way.
I disagree with that, but go on.
I think she became a diva in a way to where she kept saying, you know, I'm not fake, I'm not fake, I'm not fake, I'm not fake. And I'm with Trinity. Well, bitch, are you real? I
No,
mean, if you're
what?
about to go home, fight for your spot.
But what she's trying to say is, I'm not going to sit here and beg someone to stay here. Like at this point, they all know each other. They all know their drag. This is just a competition. So y'all is just like, there's nothing. You already know what you want to do, whether it's for your game or whatever. I've already shown you what I'm capable of, and duh, of course I want to be here. But I'm not going to sit here and
And
beg
boo hoo.
someone
Yeah.
to allow me to stay. Either you're going to vote for me or not vote for me. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I do feel like though she received some harsh critiques as Shakira. I think she could have maybe she could have been a little more playful in the face because Shakira is like that. But also there
Yeah.
are times where Shakira is very intense. And depending on the song, there is that little bit of that side smile, like, you see these hips, kind of a moment. But I think for the most part, Yara did with Shakira what she needed to do. I
Yeah.
will say it was very hard because I feel like everyone did a great job. I think another person who had someone hard was Ginger as Fergie. I didn't see
Yeah.
Fergie.
I
I
didn't either.
saw Ginger,
Yeah.
and everyone else,
You saw the
transformed into that
the
person.
impersonation. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Ginger, I didn't see Fergie.
Yeah.
So I think for that reason, Ginger probably should have been in the bottom because also, um, I also don't know why she would pick Fergie because Fergie is not someone that you can like
She's
impersonate.
she's Fergie is not as high energy as the other girls that they were impersonating. She's not high energy like Madonna, of course, not like Beyonce, not like Shakira. You know, I feel like Fergie, if they, if she could have done, I hate to say it because I don't want to make it seem like I'm like bagging on her weight, and I love the minge. I do love the minge.
Hmm.
She should have done Adele. Like they could
But
have.
Adele has never done the Super Bowl.
True. And I mean, has Fergie done the Super Bowl? Yes, she did. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, she did with the Black Eyed Peas. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So is divas who have done the Super Bowl, but like I don't know. I feel like there could have been someone else that
There
she
had
could
to be.
have done
Yeah.
for the Super Bowl. Um,
Cause look at Eureka. She did Madonna.
but at least Eureka, she like her costume is what made her go, okay, we got it, you're Madonna.
Yeah, it
To-
was that iconic Super Bowl costume. We all know that costume.
Yeah. To me, there wasn't anything that Ginger was doing that reminded me of Fergie, but I
No.
also realized that Fergie is not someone that like you pick to impersonate because there's no
Yeah.
like distinction with her. There's no look to her that you're like, oh yeah, you're doing Fergie. You know what I
I
mean?
think she chose Fergie because, like you said, it was a safe choice for her. But you know who also who made a safe choice was Pandora choosing Carol Channing.
Pandora Pandora chose what she could do
Yeah.
because Pandora knows herself. So like,
But
so she wasn't gonna pick like, like one of these pop stars or something where she was gonna have to dance and all that kind of stuff. She
right.
she actually played that smart. and on
She
top of
did.
that, being very having notoriety as her Carol Channing in season 2 for
Which
Snatch
should
Game.
have won
With
the Snatch game.
well, I mean, it really was between her and
Tatiana.
Tatiana. But I'm sorry, but Tatiana, that was hilarious. It was very close, but Tatiana's Brittany, like, hands down, was good. But I think Pandora made a perfect decision, and it was still fun and funny, and
It was.
it was also a moment to make people realize, yeah, Carol Channing was the first Super Bowl performer, which I
I
don't
never
think a
knew
lot of
that.
people knew that. Yeah,
Yeah, I never knew that was a good history lesson, and that's at least that's the good thing about Drag Race. We learn a lot about we what we don't know or what we think we know, you
right.
know,
And
and
side note, kudos to Pandora also for writing the "Fix It, Bitch" commercial, because
yes,
that, she utilized her skill of writing those
brilliant,
cheesy commercials, and like it won for
brilliant.
her team. So,
Because and people forget she is a comedy queen. That's
mhm.
what she was known for season 2. She was comedy, and and shout out to Raja. Even though I felt like Diana Ross, girl, you didn't have you. It reminded me of BB. You didn't have to do shit but just stand there and jump up and down and make that hair move.
I mean, Diana Ross is a presence. She is a look. She is simplicity. Like,
Yeah,
they took it back to, she had a modern Diana look with Supreme's moves. But Raja looked like Diana.
she did. She
The
gave me
beautiful big
Diana.
eyes, the thin frame,
Yeah.
and just, living in her moment. Like, yeah, she did an amazing job with that.
Now let me ask you, how did you feel about Trinity doing your queen?
Doing Beyonce, because I was paying attention.
Oh, I know
Um,
you were. When I saw that, I said Tony's watching this with a microscope.
right. I thought she killed it. I've watched it a billion and one times since. And
Did
I
you watch?
thought, and I
No, wait a minute. Did you watch her and then do a side by side with the actual Beyonce performance? Did you watch it side by
no,
side?
no. I mean, I think for someone who embodies Beyonce. I think Trinity chose the right person. I think she had the look. I think she had the attitude. I think she had the moves. Um, but side note, kudos to whoever did. One of the girls who did the voice impersonations for the song. She is
Yeah.
on TikTok and did a
Oh,
TikTok video of it. I don't know who sung like Beyonce, but I will tell you, I wouldn't mind
it was
if
close.
Beyonce did a cover
Yeah.
of that song, because I kind of want to hear her version of it.
It was close. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
close. And it's like I don't know how Rue finds these people to do these voiceover covers because they sound damn near like the actual people. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Mhm.
Another side note: did you happen to see Jiggly's choice to do a Super Bowl performance?
She was gonna do Janet. That would have been interesting,
I wanted to see that
because I think she
because
probably would have did the titty reveal,
yeah,
because that was the
and
costume.
shout out to Jiggly because baby, when you walked in that workroom, Jiggly, if you're watching this, girl, when you walked in, I was like, damn. I said,
Usually,
bitch
usually
went.
is the moment.
She went from a 16 to a 6, God damn it. Like that bitch is curvy as hell. A big come
Hmm.
up. A big come up. So let's get to the elimination. Do you feel Yara's final words on that runway when she said, fuck you all? Do you think it was a joke? I just think it was a joke because that's just Yara.
I
Because
think it was too. I
she
don't
cusses
think
like a sailor.
I don't think she meant anything by it. I think she was
No.
just like, it was like, it's like saying "fuck you, bitches, bye," you
Mm
know.
hmm.
But
Mm hmm.
I don't think she meant any like
No
ill will
harm.
towards it. But here's
No.
the thing, Yara for me reminds me of Tammy Brown.
Yeah. A Latin Tammy Brown.
They are both on their own
Quirky.
individual planets, and we are
Yes.
just visitors. And
Exactly.
they are very eccentric people.
And you
Um,
know what? The thing that people don't give neither one of them credit for, especially Tammy Brown, if people, if y'all go back on YouTube, look at Hey Queen, look when Tammy Brown was on there. She was on, I think, twice. Look at both times she was on there. That bitch is highly intelligent.
She's
And
very intelligent.
fluent
Yeah.
in Spanish. Fluent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she kind of gives you that. Is she playing it up for the cameras because that's what she is? But nope,
Tammy
that's just
Brown is
her.
Tammy Brown
Is
24/7. The
is
one
her.
thing I loved about Tammy Brown was when I saw her perform at Mickey's, she started performing before the curtains opened, and she kept performing when the song was over. And she
That's how
was
you do it.
always like that. She was
That's how
always
you do
very
it.
professional. She always came and she knows exactly who she is as a performer. She doesn't try to be anything else other than her, and she does what makes her feel good.
She
And
did what
that's
the
what I've
kids are
always
saying
loved.
today. She's doing what the kids are saying today. She understood the assignment.
Yeah, no, she understands the assignment the way Tammy Brown should do the assignment.
Right.
So with that, with Yara, I felt like it was just one of those unfortunate things where, like, she got voted off probably when she shouldn't have, but I don't think she meant anything by the fuck you
No.
bitches.
It reminded me of when Gia went home on her season of All Stars and she said bye and you all still look like dudes. I fell out when I heard that. I fell
Yeah,
out, and I
yeah.
fell out when Yara said fuck you all. I was like, yes, bitch. Yes.
On a side note, I do have to give major props and kudos to Laganja Estranja because
Oh,
as of right now, she has the like her lip sync goes up there with um, Dita Ritz, with Coco
yes.
Montrese versus Alyssa, with Roxy
Yes.
Andrews and the wig reveal. Like
Yes.
this is with what she did to that song was 100% Laganja,
Oh my god.
but she killed it.
Elevated.
But one thing that people don't appreciate about Laganja is that she prepares. She is a very prepared queen. She thinks about every detail of everything that she's about to present. And
And you
if
know
you
what?
take,
That is from being one of the many children of Miss Alyssa Edwards, because Mother Edwards don't play that shit.
well, no, well, maybe, but that is Laganja. That
Yeah,
has been
and her
Laganja
theater
since day
background in
one,
dance,
and her
and her
dance
theater background in
background.
dance. Yeah.
There were many times where I would ask Laganja, what day is she available for Showgirls when I used to host it and produce it. And she would give me a date, but she would give me a date so that she would have enough time to prepare her performance. And every time she came with something new because she realized it was recorded. She came with new outfits. She came with new concepts. Sometimes she came with dancers. She would get there early to rehearse on stage. And that's the thing that I feel like people don't appreciate about someone like Laganja is
She's a
that
professional.
yes, and she's someone that gets overlooked and doesn't receive the opportunities that she should based on that. But she showed everyone in that lip sync who Laganja was and what
Oh,
she's capable of doing.
I mean, from the time that screen went up, and we're just like, who the fuck is it? And then she came down like in pure Laganja fashion in a
Yeah.
fucking split.
Oh, you
Like,
wanted a twist, eh? I live. I've
I
I've I've
live.
I've known Laganja since day one of her drag because she started at Mickey's. And I'm sorry. They they started at Mickey's.
Yes, yes, she is
I believe
non-binary,
yes, she identifies
and
as non-binary.
and
They
she and
identify
she
as
is
non-binary.
and she is a newly trans woman.
Trans.
So
Okay,
shout out
that's
to
right.
her.
So I can use she. Sorry, I'm like always trying to make sure that I use the proper pronouns. I'm always trying to keep up
Probably
with everyone's thing.
she or they, because I mean,
She.
I know a
Yes.
few trans women who identify as non-binary. I mean,
I,
I myself am non-binary, so I mean, I answer to he, she, and they. So I'm like, I
right.
answer to all of them.
I mean,
But
me too. Just call me. So,
right, hello, and make
but
sure the check clears.
Yes, but she's always been like that, and it's something that I've always appreciated about her. And she works very hard.
She do.
And going back to just the overall of All Star Six, I'm just very glad that there are queens on this season that have a chance to come back and really show everyone who they are.
And they still
Because
got it.
yes, I'm tired of seeing the same handful of queens come back and do stuff all the time. It's like
Mm-hmm.
there are so many queens who are waiting for their opportunity. Let them have it.
Yeah.
Let us as fans get reacquainted with them because we haven't seen most of them since their season.
You know who I want to see come back as a lip sync assassin?
Hmm. Dita Ritz.
I would love to see Dita. Um, God rest her soul. I would love to see if only we could. I would love to see Chi Chi, and I want to see. Now you know she's one of my favorites. We've seen Morgan, we've seen Mayhem, and we're gonna get into that lip sync in a minute. I want to see the third person of that holy trinity of drag queens. And you know who I'm talking about. If I say Morgan and Mayhem, you know there is one more person in that Charlie's Angels roundup.
But she do her makeup.
Exactly. I know it ain't gonna never happen, but I would love to see Raven. I would love to
I,
see Raven.
for as many times as Raven had to lip sync, I think she should definitely be able to come back
Right.
and be a lip sync assassin. I think
If
I
anything,
I
she
think
should she should come back like Bianca did and just say, "Oh, y'all thought I was gonna lip sync, bitch, please."
I feel like I've done it too many times. That was actually a very cute moment. I was
No.
actually, to be honest, on pins and needles because I was like, are we about to see
Right.
Bianca Del Rio perform?
Right.
But then it
Because
was
we
all a
never
gag.
seen the bitch lip sync.
No. I will say this though because I just watched the episode.
Yeah, let's
Mayhem
get
won
into
that lip
that.
sync.
Oh,
I'm sorry. My thing is this. I think the lip sync assassins come in and do what needs to be done,
yeah,
and they're killing it.
yeah.
I do feel like Mayhem won that lip sync.
Oh, hands down. Because you and I both know we've seen Mayhem perform.
Oh
Mayhem
yeah,
shuts the house down.
Mayhem is a very versatile
Very
queen.
versatile.
Like
I've
one thing that I like about Mayhem is that like when you see her, you automatically want to put her in the Black Queen category. So you think that she's gonna dance and she's gonna do this type of number, whatever. But then Mayhem will pump out some obscure song that you have never heard of. She'll do the Fifth Element.
oh
She'll give you a 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's not to a top 40 song necessarily. You know
no,
what I mean?
it'll be a
But then
song
she
like you've never heard.
right, but then she will give you like hip hop. She will give
Oh
you R
yeah,
and B. She will give you TLC and all this kind of stuff. She is a very well-rounded, versatile queen.
but you know what? And I want to take this. I want to take you back a few years. Well, many moons ago.
Hmm.
When I was a fresh gay baby.
I don't know
When
if you
I
were
was,
ever fresh, but okay.
you know what? You know
I'm just saying.
what?
Just
Look at here.
saying.
Look at here, Thomasina.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
Hmm.
the first time I saw Mayhem perform, and I was in awe. I was gagged. She did a song I'd never heard of, and I kid you not, I went home that same night and searched high and low on YouTube for the song. When she came out and did Drama,
Mm.
every single time I hear that song, I see this bitch in my head. Because she's done it, Morgan has done it, Raven has done it, but no one can do it like Mayhem
Hmm.
because she gives you the eye pop and the strut. She invokes the bitch that is on the track,
Hmm.
and in a way, she kind of scares the audience because the bitch on the track is so evil sounding, especially when she says, "Drama is the Drama is that one woman you go into the boutique and you have seen the dress of life, and that some skinny witch tells you it doesn't come in your size. That's drama. When she gives that, I'm like, damn, damn. And like you said, she would do the most obscure thing. She's not afraid to poke fun at celebrities. I remember, and I have a picture of it somewhere on my Facebook. She came out in a red dress. She was doing a Whitney number. She came out with powder under her nose, as if Whitney just snorted coke. She took someone's dollar, rolled it up as you about to snort it, and stuck it up under her nose the rest of the performance.
Not surprised by any of that at all.
No, no. I love me some Mayhem. Love me some Miss Mayhem Miller, the queen of the party.
Because she's the queen of the party.
She is the queen of the party. But you're right. She should have won. I will say Ginger tried to keep up. She tried to keep up. And Lizzo is not an easy person to lip sync to. You have to really know those words.
Well, yes, but phone is a very fun, playful. You can do a lot about it. You know,
I like that one. I never heard that song until last night when I saw the episode. Yeah, a lot of songs. And again, that's what I love about Drag Race. A lot of songs they play, it's either songs you haven't heard in years or songs you never heard of. Like when Trinity and who did she lip sync against?
Trinity and Laganja?
Was that when they did when she did Vibology? I can't remember who she lip sync against.
During her season?
Yeah, Paula was the guest judge, and they did do Vibology. I had never heard Vibology before. I had never heard of Nothing Going On But the Rent. God, it's so many songs. You know, damn, they've done over 100 songs. But like you said, Phone is a really cute song. Phone is one of those songs you can have fun with. You can really play with it. And they did a good job, though. But it seems like Ginger was almost trying to mimic what Mayhem was doing. In a way. Because the moves were
There were moments.
Yeah, there were moments.
Yeah.
I think Mayhem should have had on a different outfit, though, to that song. But no, I take that back. No, because it looked like a dress, but it was actually
pants.
Yeah, so I take that back. No, Mayhem, I take that back. Don't kill me, girl.
No.
Because I mean, she got my Facebook and my Instagram. She'll jump my DM and say, "Bitch, I saw that show, bitch. What the fuck you talking about?" Because she is known to read the kids. So let's get into that episode. This was my favorite challenge so far. I really liked this challenge. It was good. It was my favorite because the girls got to be themselves, and to me, it was a way you can actually relax in a way in a challenge where you couldn't have before, because you get to talk about your thoughts and your feelings. These are your thoughts. It's not a script. You just go with the topic and just go with it. You know?
I do feel like they should have selected topics that they knew that they could talk about. I don't think that Scarlett, Raja, and Sonique should have done motherhood. I know that. Scarlett really wanted it because he has two moms. But at the same time, though, it's like I think what they needed to do was figure out what are we going to talk about under the umbrella of motherhood, and that wasn't made clear. And I think honestly, if Ginger had done motherhood, I think, and especially it's important right now to talk about gay men who want to have kids and how they go about that. Because
there are a lot of states that still do not allow same-sex couples to adopt.
Right, and also just like how is motherhood defined in a gay household? So I think it would have been more of an interesting dynamic. But Scarlett fought for something, and then she went home. So I do think that the best was Akira, Eureka, and Trinity talking about sex.
And when I saw that they got together, I said, "Oh, so this is tea." Oh, Trinity, Eureka, and Akira. Okay, so this is the T right here. Okay,
Well,
and
they were all very open and honest, and they all came from different perspectives. You know, you
yeah,
had Akira, who we didn't know at one point lived as a trans woman, um,
yeah,
and how that you know her side of things when it came to sex. You have Trinity, who let us know about being living with HIV, and you
mm-hmm,
know reminding us that you know undetectable is not transmittable.
mm-hmm,
Eagles untransmittable. I think that's word.
mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, you're right.
Eureka, you know, being like, you know, the chubby chaser as she described it. So you had different, you know, points of view about the
Yeah,
topic, which was good.
and you know what? Anybody that knows me, they know I love to talk about sex. I
Hmm.
do. I love
Hmm.
sex. I
Hmm.
think seeing a person in their true form, some may call it the birthday suit, but I say in your true form, your most vulnerable form is when you are naked. That is when you're the most vulnerable. Because when
Hmm.
you are alone, you look in the mirror, you nitpick yourself more than anyone does. You find
Hmm.
the flaws that people don't see. But,
Hmm.
like you said, they had the best subject. They went gun ho with it, and they were unapologetic, you know. And Akira even talked about, how she had um, her butt done to make her a little more curvy, and how men are either intimidated or they're just use it as a fetish. They use it for their own sexual gain, and then they're done. Now,
Hmm.
I will say, I don't know about you, Akira is the trade for me this season. She is the trade.
There is no
Because
trade on
Akira
this
is
season.
cute as hell as a boy.
There's no
Hmm.
trade this season.
Oh, well, damn. Well, damn. I mean, he said it right there, like it says on my fan. Bye, bitch. That's what he basically saying. So Akira, he said you ain't the trade girl. He ain't. Tony said, Akira, you ain't the trade girl. Akira, you trade to me, baby. You the
I,
trade to me.
I mean, you. That's fine. I just said there's no trade.
You just see all girls. You see lesbians. You see lesbians. I mean, even
I see a wonderful group of gay men.
he see lesbians, y'all.
Hmm.
Uh, Even Scarlett gives me male Alicia Silverstone.
I saw that recently. Someone did say that.
He does. He gives me very male, clueless Alicia Silverstone.
Very that.
um, what did you feel about the critiques? Now, hold on. Before you answer, we all know when RuPaul says trigger words, it's like no one else's critique tops what he just said. Because when RuPaul said, "You made me a little uncomfortable," it was like, that's cringeworthy. You
Well, it's
know,
because you have to know when to you have to know when to be just you in a situation. And everyone is trying to like find the funny sometimes.
yeah,
And sometimes when you're talking about something that means a lot to you, that you want to get this point across and everything like that, you don't have to be funny. You don't have to like find the joke. You just have to have a conversation.
just be
Um,
you.
yeah, and that's what it was because you know Scarlett was like, you know, I'm a mama's boy. It's
Yeah,
like no, like just say, you know what, I'm a
I'm a
mama's boy,
mama's
like
boy.
I
Yeah,
am, and you know I have two moms, and how you know what I mean. Just like go right into it instead of like adding all the quirkiness to it
right.
because you're talking about a serious thing. So,
Exactly.
hmm.
And I felt like she kind of went into like her little Valentina mode where you remember when Valentina had a critique and she was just completely delusional, did
Hmm.
not listen. She was like, "No, I what I did was great. I know I was
Hmm.
great."
Hmm.
Scarlett was the same way because she
Hmm.
didn't want to bring up that RuPaul said she made her uncomfortable,
Right.
and she did what a lot of girls do in the regular seasons. if you fuck up in a challenge, but then you have a great runway, sometimes that runway saves your ass for that episode. But when it comes
Not
to
in
All
All
Stars,
Stars.
like you said, right, in All Stars, everything counts.
You have to be
Everything
on
counts.
point.
Straight A's, no B's, straight
On point.
A's, on
On
point.
point.
And when
On
you
la point.
and you brought up something when you said, you just had to be yourself. Michelle has said it countless times on every season. We want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Who are you? You know, because she even said it to Chad. She said, "Who is Chad Michaels? We get that you're a drag queen, but who is Chad Michaels?" And we still don't know who Chad Michaels is.
Well,
We just know Chad is.
Chad is, that is very professional drag. You know what I mean? And
That's
and I
all
think,
old school.
but I think Chad showed who he was. Um, but
He
but
gave versatility.
yeah, but he just very professional. You
That's
know,
all. That's
yeah.
all.
There's a different, form of drag.
Aesthetic.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about drag is you get to see the different. I say the different spectrums of drag. Like on season 4, I never seen a gothic drag queen until I saw Sharon Needles, and I didn't
Hmm.
think the bitch was gonna win, but that bitch won.
I didn't think she was
For
gonna
the
go far at all.
yeah, because for the longest we've always seen the pageant girls, the comedy queens, the fishy girls. But then
Hmm.
when Sharon came in, it opened the door for a lot of new queens. Evie Oddly, you know, even I think even with the princess, it opened the door for um, what the hell, Sasha Velour. We hadn't seen a ball queen since the princess, but um, you know, the
But
one
Sasha
person I
Velour is
wish.
more artsy. She's more artsy
She
drag.
is. She's yeah.
Yeah.
She's very arts. She's the very art student, very avant garde, and I love that
Hmm.
about her. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, I will say I'm so glad Shay did win All Stars on her season. It was well deserved.
Hmm.
Um, I love her song. Um, uh, oh my God, what the hell is it called? The song she pole danced to, and it's an actual song. Um, oh my God, and I listen to it all the time. Shit, Collide. There we go. I listen to Collide. I listen to
Never heard it.
Blair's Nine Lives.
Hmm.
I mean, those two are on rotation.
Hmm.
And Tatiana, same part. Hold on, can we talk about same parts?
I only know of what she did in All Stars.
Have you heard the actual song?
Mm-mm.
Banging. I mean, that song makes you want to twerk. It does
I
make
have
you
to
want to
listen
twerk.
to it.
When the beat kicks in, it makes you want to twerk. Now, the thing that floored me on All Stars when she did that song, bitch, that deep voice. I didn't know her voice can get that fucking deep.
Thank you.
I right, thank you. No, my phrase from her is choices. That's my
And
shit.
that. And that.
But when
But no,
she
this.
said,
Go ahead.
but when her voice got deep, I was watching with a friend. We fell on the floor just dying. We wasn't expecting that, but um, I don't know. This season of All Stars, like every season of All Stars and the regular seasons, you don't know who's gonna win. You don't know who's gonna go home. So many twists and turns, and this one right here, a game within a game. I think we're gonna hopefully we'll see this on season 14.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Um, but let's get to the seriousness really quick,
Hmm.
and then I want to get into the little game I want to play. I've been dying to play this with you.
Okay.
First off, shout out to MJ, Michaela J, for her Emmy nomination of Pose as a lead actress
Oh
in a
yes,
drama series.
absolutely.
Kudos to the
Yes.
cast. Kudos to Billy Porter getting nominated
Hmm.
again. Kudos to the show getting Ryan Murphy. You are a fucking genius. Stephen Canal, Janet Mock, y'all are just amazing.
Our
I
Lady
love
J.
our Lady J. Love
Hmm.
love her. She's, oh my God, that bitch is versatile. She can write. She can play the piano. She's a musician. I love it. Just shout out to the whole cast. I'm sad that Pose ended with the third season, but thankfully, with the power of downloadable videos, we can watch it over and over and over again and cry again. Because I don't know
Hmm.
about you, Tony. When if I watch the seasons in order, I will cry at those special episodes.
Yeah,
when I
no,
don't want to.
it was a very powerful series. It took us back in time where I
Yes.
think we, as members of the LGBTQIA community, forget that there is history, and I think a lot of us don't know the history of the gay movement and
No.
those pivotal people who were a part of that. There's more than just Stonewall. There
Yeah.
are so many people um, who were a part of getting us to where we are now. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people don't realize and don't know that. There's a great documentary on FX called Pride. I think a six
Yes.
part documentary that
Yes.
I think people should definitely watch.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Hmm.
Um, and I will say, I give praise and thanks to Paris is Burning for opening that door because from Paris is Burning, they dug up an old documentary from the 70s called The Queen that had Crystal LaBeija,
Hmm.
and it opened the door for Pose. It opened the door for Legendary, and for the Pride documentary. And like you said, a lot of these kids don't know about their history. They don't know about
Yeah.
Stonewall. They don't realize. They think coronavirus was something. Baby, the AIDS epidemic was worse. People
Hmm.
were dropping left and right. When
Hmm.
you hear them say, "This is my 200 and something funeral," that was real. People
Yeah.
were dying every day.
Yeah.
And for the people who survived it are heroes because it really put a halt to like the sexual liberation movement. That shit ended right there.
Hmm.
And I want to show, this is why I have this tattoo right here.
Hmm.
This is why it's rainbow and red, because society thinks AIDS is a gay disease. They think it came from us. And that's why I
Hmm.
have a rainbow on one side to show people no, it is not. It is just a disease like everything else.
Hmm.
So, shout out to Pose, shout out to Pose, and
Hmm.
shout out to Dominique Jackson for embodying Elektra and bringing those magnificent legendary reads
Oh yeah.
that need to be
But
taught.
huge congratulations to MJ Rodriguez
Yeah,
for her nomination for
monumental.
outstanding lead actress in a drama series.
Mm.
That is major to be
Yes,
nominated,
yes.
nominated as a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like uh, it's steps, it's leaps and bounds to
Mm-hmm.
hopefully members of the trans community being seen, being acknowledged, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's this is more than a nomination. It means it says a whole lot more than just being a
It's a
nomination.
celebration for us all.
Yeah,
You know.
agreed.
So every time I see the name and hear the name, I just scoff at it. Robert Kelly,
We don't have to
better
talk about
known.
him.
Please, yeah, we just gonna say that case is an open and shut case. We know what he did. We seen the tape. Boy, just take your sentence already. Take it like a man, like you gonna take that beating like a man. Um, I talked to you about this earlier. I wanted to get your take on it.
Uh-huh.
So we all know Space Jam: A New Legacy drops pretty much tonight at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're watching this now, it's dropped on HBO Max and in theaters. I will be watching because I love the first Space Jam and I love how they said this Space Jam, nothing to do with the first one. It's a standalone movie. Perfect. I love that. Parents, leave Porky Pig alone. Y'all
What do you mean
cancel
by
Pepe Le
that?
Pew. Follow me. Y'all cancel Pepe Le Pew because y'all said Pepe Le Pew normalized rape. The skunk was colorblind. He didn't know that cat was a cat. He just wanted some pussy. Lack of better words. That's pretty much what he wanted.
Well, the thing about Pepe Le Pew, and I said this during More Please, is that the concept of it for me growing up and watching it was this very Rico Suave type of skunk
Mm-hmm.
who is probably admired by all women.
Mm-hmm.
This particular woman was not having it. And that's because she was a cat.
Mm-hmm.
But every episode, she somehow, in some way, got a white stripe that made her seem like a skunk. And so for me, it didn't, like, I think people read into it more than what should have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was literally, and I get what they're seeing as far as like, but she didn't want him to advance. It's like he kept trying, he kept figuring out other ways to like,
And
here's
what man
flowers. Oh,
hasn't done that to a
what?
woman?
And so and to so it's to me it was just like there's nothing that there's nothing that I watched
Right.
growing up that people would be okay with now.
Exactly. And you and I are in the same age bracket, so it's like we grew up
Yeah.
watching the same things. And Looney
Hmm.
Tunes been around, longer than we've been alive.
Right.
And what I hate, and I'm gonna bring it back to Porky. The way they canceled Pepe Le Pew, they weren't trying to cancel that, not Daffy, Bugs Bunny, because that thing would dress in drag almost every other episode. So they weren't trying to cancel that one though. But
Hmm.
with Porky, parents are trying to give him shit because he's rapping,
Hmm.
and they feel it's some people. I would say the black community, they feel it's a disrespect because Daffy referred to Porky as the notorious Pig, and I thought it was hilarious because I didn't know what to expect, and y'all will see this when you watch the movie. They got Craig Mack's "Flavor in Your Ear" beat playing in the background. When Porky starts, he's stuttering, but then he finds his rhythm, and I was laughing the entire time. I saw the clip so many times, and one parent said on Twitter, and it's always Twitter where parents go to unleash. Oh, well, I was gonna take my daughter to see the new Space Jam movie, but Boss Baby 2 it is. Child, Boss Baby 2 ain't even in theaters, bitch. It's on Paramount. It's on Paramount Plus or Peacock. The
Hmm.
fuck. And Porky is an age old character like the Looney Tunes as a whole. Like you said, quit trying to cancel something that's been around for years. Leave it alone.
Right.
So hopefully y'all watch Space Jam. Don't compare it to the first one like y'all did Mortal Kombat. Don't compare it because y'all tore down the new Mortal Kombat saying, not like the first one. It's not like the original. Shut up and just watch it and enjoy it, damn it. We had to wait this long. I mean,
Hmm.
hell, we getting movies on the same day as they come out in the theaters. We can watch them at home. So it's like these big movie companies are giving y'all options and leeway.
Hmm.
Because I don't know about y'all. I've been going back to the movies. The first movie I saw in the theaters was Mortal Kombat. And I love, no, yes, it was. And then I saw Spiral, The Book of Saw.
I
And
ain't been to the movies.
I just saw that California, y'all mandate, y'all got to wear the mask again.
Good.
Yeah, all that damn smog and shit.
So
And y'all running around.
you can't go from 0 to 60 in 3.5. Like literally January 14th, 11:59, we were wearing masks at midnight, June 15th. Everyone just decided, okay, we're not going to. So that means
Mm-hmm.
that all the people who were against wearing masks, who are against the vaccination, are now just walking freely among us. Like, okay, I told y'all this never happened, and it's like it did. Tell that to the hundreds of thousands of people who passed from this disease. Um, and all you have to do is just be protecting of yourself. If you don't want to get the vaccine, then wear your mask.
Mask up.
If
Mask it or casket.
even if you're vaccinated, just know that yes, you can still potentially get it. It's not supposed to be as harmful.
That's strong. Yeah.
Um, so it's supposed to make the symptoms mild. But
Yeah.
people who are vaccinated are getting it. Like
Yeah.
me being around more people now that Mickey's is open,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still worried.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
something could happen because now it's like you walk in with your mask on and people look at you funny. Like, you know, you don't need that. No, I still need this for me.
But you know what? You know who the first person was to walk around with a mask on years before Corona? Michael Jackson.
Michael.
That nigga was
Yep.
ahead of the time, baby. He said something going down. Y'all don't see it now, but trust y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna
No,
see it.
he said y'all are nasty and y'all don't wash
Okay.
your hands. So I'm
so,
not catching
um,
nothing.
so let's get into this game,
Hmm.
which it is.
Not who it is.
You know, my inspiration is from Johnny McGovern and rest in peace, Lady Red Couture over at
Yes.
Hey Queen. You know, because
Hmm.
they had their little game, Look at Her. So I said, you know what,
Okay.
I gotta come up with something like that.
Hmm.
So the first who this
Wait, how you
is
play? Hold on. You we wait. How do
the
you
way you
play?
play. Picture's gonna pop up.
Uh huh.
Picture's gonna pop up.
Uh huh.
You give us a little backstory on this picture, where it was taken, what was going on at the moment. You know, now
Okay.
it may be a picture of you.
Hmm.
It may be a picture of someone you have worked with or know, or
Hmm.
someone you greatly admire.
Okay.
Just know I've done some digging on your Facebook and Instagram.
That's why you. That's why you can't put stuff out. Go ahead.
So let's get into the first who dis. And the first is RuPaul.
Oh, this is from. Okay, so this is when RuPaul got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
and this was like the after party. So he
Okay.
he got his star on the Walk of Fame, and then they went in and had like this party, and so that was us at the party. The other guy who's standing there, his name is Nick, a friend of mine, and we quickly just went in for a photo. But yeah, this was right after Rue got the star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame in front of the World of Wonder Productions building.
Nice, nice. And I can say I
Hmm.
too have met RuPaul, and he's very nice. I met him when I went. A friend of mine. We went to see Jennifer Lewis. Funny how we're talking about her because it is Jackie Washington Day.
It is Jackie
Uh,
Washington Day.
y'all better tell Entendre to get you your medicine, make it a double,
Hmm.
and you better yield, yield, yield. Um, yeah, we met him after her one woman show, and she, if y'all haven't seen her, she's she's hilarious. She will go off on these tangents and come right back, but she will have you in stitches the entire time. And Rue was, we asked Rue, you know, hey, can we take a picture? He said, yeah, let's do it quickly because you know it's all about Jennifer. He's so humble.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't want the attention like that. So
Right, right.
love Rue,
Yes,
love Rue.
it was amazing.
So the next who dis, and I honestly forgot what pictures I picked. So yeah,
Lord.
I remember the very last one. So
Okay, but not the ones in
the
between.
next one. Ooh, look at this. Ooh,
Oh.
look at this young Tony. Let's make this full screen right here, baby. Look at this young.
Lord.
Explain.
This is Tony before he came to LA. I was living in South Carolina. A guy named, I think this is Jeff Miller, took this photo. Um, I mean, this had to be about maybe 13, 14 years ago, maybe even
Oh.
longer than that. I had this phase in life where I wore like cut off sleeves. So like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this look was tailored to this. So like I would
Okay.
wear the cutoff sleeve with like a cutoff jacket. And like that was my thing. That's how I went out like to the club back then. But yeah, but this was
Okay.
from a photo shoot when I was like pretending like I was a model or something. But this is also
A
very like,
model.
yeah, this is also very much like Tony going to the club look as well.
Okay. Okay. So the next one. Are you
Hmm.
nervous?
I'm not nervous at all. I know these pictures.
Oh, you just don't know which ones they are.
I just don't know which ones are
The
coming up.
next one. Exactly. Who did this? Oh, this was my favorite.
This one. Oh, so this was this was after I graduated college. This is
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother, who I used to call Tutti Fruit. May she rest in peace. But this was after college graduation. After I was given, you can see it in the back. So that card that's there was given to me for graduation. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, but my grandmother, who's pictured here, she was a lot of her is in me as far as like
Okay.
the way she was, her facial expressions, like
Mm-hmm.
she could give a look and it said everything that she needed to say. And she was also the type of woman who, anytime I came to visit, she knew I
Mm-hmm.
loved to eat. So she
Mm-hmm.
always had cornbread, biscuits, and sweet tea ready for me. And she would
Okay.
always cut a piece of cornbread. It was the corner piece. Like,
Mm.
regular cornbread side was this. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I got the biggest hunk.
Mm.
And
Now
anytime
keep in
I
mind nobody just saw you do that right now. The
oh, I
picture is full
forgot.
screen. But
Right.
I can see it, so
I'm looking at me. So like, there's regular ways to cut cornbread. Then there's like my grandmama giving me the piece that way.
ah.
So yes,
Now
no.
what was your major?
I majored in mass communications broadcasting with a minor in theater.
Oh, all right, all right. She
Hmm.
educated. She's an educated hoe.
She's smart, honey.
She's smart. She a smart one. She's smart. She got her
Hmm.
education.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And also
All
with that shirt that I had on, I was the
right. Mm-hmm.
brightest thing at graduation. So like in the sea of people, my family could easily point me out because I had on a peach shirt.
Well, your personality is just so bright. So, darling,
It's so peachy.
it is. You are the Southern Queen. Her Phaedra ain't got shit on you. Okay, the next one. Who this?
Oh, so this was the first time we went to an event called Day of Days. It's a
Mm-hmm.
huge Days of Our Lives event, and this was the original host of Dishin Days. Well, James came on later, but that's my friend James, Mark, and Ari Zucker, who plays Nicole Walker. Oh wait, was she Walker now? Yes, who plays Nicole Walker on Days of Our Lives, and this was uh, right after we interviewed her at that event.
Okay, okay. So,
Hmm.
for don't know, I know. No, I know you very well. You are a huge Days of Our Lives fan.
Hmm.
Now, I don't watch those. I'm sorry, I don't watch the stories. As you know, the Southern Queens would say, I don't see the story.
You don't watch the stories.
I was flipping out because my grandmother watched on the bed, children, to the hospital, chart, she on ABC. She never beautiful, young and restless. Earth
Hmm.
ABC. Now, correct me if I'm is Jack Days Carlos.
Wait, hold on. Your Wi-Fi is cutting in and out.
Am I good?
You okay? You still breaking up a little bit, but what was the question?
Jay is alive.
Jack A is currently on Days of Our Lives.
Okay. 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 Live. Okay. And I love that she's in a more serious role in a way. I mean,
Yes.
it's still her,
Hmm.
but it has the comedic undertone, but it's very serious. Because I saw a
Yeah.
clip where she asked her, I guess her boyfriend or husband, she had a dream about a woman, and it was a
Oh,
sexual dream.
that was with James Reynolds, who plays Abe Carver. They are
Okay.
dating each other.
Oh,
And yes, and currently her daughter, who was played by an actress named Precious Way, but is currently being played by an actress named Raven Bauer. Her daughter on the show um, came out as fluid.
oh,
So that's where that discussion came from. But the other monumental thing is that Days of Our Lives always kind of had a lack of African American actors, and now there's quite a few, including Jack A. So it's really good.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not testing your soap opera knowledge here,
Hmm.
but I know a lot of underrated black actresses and actors in Hollywood started out in soaps, um,
Hmm.
such as one of my favorites, Debbie Morgan. Love her, loved her in East
Hmm.
Bayou.
Hmm.
Was she on Days of Our Lives, or was it Young and the Restless?
No, I think that she was General Hospital actually.
General Hospital. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But there are
Okay.
many people who were. Michael B. Jordan was on in the soaps.
Yes.
Vivica A. Fox, Lauren Hill was on the
Yes.
soaps as well.
Shamar
So there
Orr.
were some. Yeah. So there are a lot of black actors who started off in soaps
Yeah.
and
And you know
singers
what?
apparently.
Yeah, right. And you know what's so funny? I love that. Well, I know you'll remember. The kids won't know this. Um, uh, what is her name? Kristen. I can't think of her last name. She was Xenon on the Disney Channel movie Xenon Girl 21st
Oh,
Century.
yes. She is currently on General Hospital. She was on
There
Days
you
of Our
go.
Lives. Kirsten
Okay.
Storms.
There you
Um,
go.
Kirsten Storms. She's currently playing Maxie on General Hospital, but she was on Days of Our Lives as Belle back in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And y'all, soaps are not easy to act on. It's a full page Bible of a script you have to learn, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of monologues, a lot of lines. You gotta
Well,
you want to be a
there's a lot that pertains to the story, so or the storyline. So sometimes they have to go back and say something and then give us new information.
and they intertwine.
Yeah, and sometimes they only get one or two takes, and so I really feel like soap actors and actresses are the most underrated people in the
Yep.
industry because people
Yep.
don't realize that they shoot like 8 episodes in a week, whereas
Mm-hmm.
one episode of a primetime show can take 1 to 2 weeks.
Yep.
So and it's 13-hour days for one or two scenes. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And people don't realize, they don't remember, a lot of soaps back in the day, they were shot live.
Hmm.
And they had to have sometimes cue cards to remember the
Hmm.
lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all wanna be an actor, get your ass on a soap opera first. Then
Hmm.
go to the movies.
Right.
Shit.
Uh-oh. Your Wi-Fi went out again. I'm gonna wait for it to catch up. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear me.
Hell, I can
Oh,
hear
there
you.
you
I'm sorry. Yeah.
go.
There we
Okay, your
go.
Wi-Fi tapped in. Okay, here we go.
Right
Who
when
it
we get
is?
towards the end of the show, it wanna mess up.
Right.
Ugh, hang on, y'all. Okay, next one. I think this is another favorite of mine. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Got
This
that leg cocked right up.
so this was a it was I think it was like a St. Patrick's Day event with Absolute Vodka at
I
Mickey's.
would say so. All that green in the
Um,
audience.
for some reason, I don't know what I was performing or what I was doing. It was not on a showgirls night,
It had to be
um,
Beyonce.
probably, but whatever it was, she did just fine. So that's where
I
that comes
will say,
from.
y'all, I used to give Tony shit for loving Beyonce so much because I love Janet as much as he loves Beyonce. So we would kind of go back and forth a little bit. But
Hence why
he's
your
the,
whole show is called The Velvet Rope.
of course, of course, baby. I pay homage to my empress. Okay.
Hmm.
Ooh, I just saw the next one. Oh shit.
Who it
Oh,
is?
I, baby, I wish I had the video clip to go with this. I should have had the video clip to go with this look, baby. Wait for it. Wait for it. I remember the now
Oh,
before you explain the photo,
uh-huh.
I remember the video clip that heard around the world at the Marco fashion show. And when I tell y'all, this boy strutted and didn't give not one fuck. And you saw some a little bit of cheeks. You saw how thick he was in them legs, and he gave you Naomi Campbell down.
Wait, let's
Go.
let me see because I'm sure I can pull it up real quick and just put it into the
Oh
camera.
shit.
But this is from the Marco fashion show.
Love him.
The Marco fashion show is one of those things where everybody wanted to be a part of it, right? And I honestly thought that I would never be a part of it because I don't think that I am popular enough in the WeHo community to be asked to do such events like that.
Bullshit.
That's just my take. And so we were
He's
how
very
this even
popular
not really, but how this came about was I was
on the corner of Santa Monica.
live. That's y'all in the corner of Santa Monica and Highland. But how this came about was I was doing DragCon in New York, and we were doing an event with Marco. And I was explaining to the audience how Marco's fashion show is the thing that like everybody wants to be a part of. And I was like, but I've never been a part of it. I was like, Marco has never asked me to do it. And then he turned around and he said, Tony, would you like to be a part of the my next show? And I was
Okay.
like, huh? Oh, your Wi-Fi went out. So then I'm just gonna keep talking. So then I actually thought that he forgot about it. And so when I got the call to actually do it, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually happening. And then he was like, oh, by the way, you're also opening the show. And I was like, ah. So
Whoa.
that's how that came about. But here's, okay, so here is the, oh, yes, here she is.
Now everyone
Um,
knows when you open the show, you set the tone of the show.
You set the tone. And the thing about it is with the Marco show, I feel like everybody tries to do a little something extra in the show to kind of stand out. But let me see if I can.
Yep, you
Oh yeah,
good.
there we go.
Here he
So
comes.
this is me,
Here he comes. Oh, here she comes. Here she
and that
comes.
runway was long.
It looks long. Look at look at the strut. Look at the strut. Look at the strut. And look at everybody. If y'all gotta hear the sound too. I've heard the sound. The crowd goes nuts for him. They go ape shit. Look at that.
I was trying to give very Naomi Campbell, very Tyra
You
Banks,
gave it. You
and in
gave
this
it,
moment,
baby.
I was like, I got to do something different. I was like, I'm just
And
going to
walked
simply walk backwards.
backwards and did not fall. And
Oh
look at
no,
Vicky Vox. Look at Vicky Vox
I
in all
love
her
Vicky
glory,
Vox.
flipping you off. I know she gave you shit backstage. She said, "Look here, bitch."
No, but that was it. That was my strut.
Oh my! Shout out to Vicky. We love Vicky.
I
She
do. I
is
love Vicky Vox. You're doing great, Vicky Vox.
love you, Vicky. Love you, and shout out to your mother, Detox, who is actually younger than you, but you're the daughter. Love
Isn't it
Vicky,
strange how our drag community works?
baby. And you know what? I don't know if you heard. Well, I'm sure you heard the story. Detox, when she first saw Vicky, she thought she called her Jackie, as of Jackie Beat.
That's like when I first met Laganja, I could never get her name right. I was like, Lagna who? Lasagna who? Extravaganza? Laganja, okay, girl. But I know it now. Oh, hold on, you're gonna have to start it again because your Wi-Fi going in and out again. It's fine. We're gonna work right through it. You just gotta let it pop back in.
Right.
There you go.
Okay. So quick story. Detox saw Vicky, and she was on like the patio or balcony of a club, and she saw Vicky. Didn't know it was Vicky. She thought it was Jackie Beat, and she just yelled, Jackie! And Vicky said, bitch, I kept walking. I didn't know who the fuck she was talking to. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go.
Who
Okay, we
this?
got a few more, and
Oh,
we got a few more who this. Now instead of who this is who they.
who they? Oh,
The
this is
alter ego herself.
yes, it is. So this is from my. I was about to turn 30, and I was doing 30 things in 30 days before I turned 30. And one of the things I always wanted to do was an alter ego photo shoot.
Okay.
Oh, and I was so skinny back then. Ugh, not no more. But a friend of mine came and did my makeup, and I said I wanted to do this like androgynous singer and like a backup dancer. So actually, if you can tell, I'm wearing the same shirt in both photos.
Oh, you sure
Um,
are.
that jacket I got from Eddie DeBar, who let me borrow his jacket. And then Mikey put me in makeup and styled the wig and everything like that. And yeah, and actually, a secret behind this photo is that in my androgynous look, those are actually shorts, but in Photoshop, he made them into pants.
Wow. Now,
Hmm.
now if y'all were listening earlier, I said her name earlier. But for the people who did not listen, and for the ones back there in them cheap nosebleed seats who too good, let everybody know what is her name, or what is
Uh,
their name,
Thomasina and
and who came up with that
actually
name.
Raven.
Uh huh.
Raven, we had a Halloween show, and I like put on like this pink off the shoulder sweatshirt and some short shorts or whatever and a wig, and she was like, "You look like a Thomasina," and it actually
I
just
think I was
stuck.
there at that show. I think I was there. I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
hmm
Oh my God.
yeah,
Shout out to
and
Raven
it
too.
just yeah.
You
That,
okay? Before we go to the next part, I need to give you your flowers because, like I said, y'all, I used to go to Mickey's faithfully, and Tony knows this. I don't know if you remember Tony. I used to go to Mickey's faithfully every
hmm
Monday when Drag Race was having the viewing party,
Well, that was the place to
and
be.
that was the place to be in WeHo, other than the Abbey. Um, I used to go there faithfully. I would either make sure I got a seat in the front row or I'm on the side. But I can tell y'all every time I came and I saw Tony, he would always stop and speak to everyone who would say hi to him. He was never, you know, he never came off as a diva. He never came off as like, no, I don't have time. Okay, let's hurry up and get this over with. If someone wanted a picture with him or take a picture of him, he was Tony literally stopped the show at one point when I said Tony, and I just had the camera aimed, and he stopped and posed, and I took the picture. And I still have that picture. It's on my Facebook somewhere. I'm gonna send it to you later. And
Hmm.
so again, I want to give you your flowers. You were an amazing host for the viewing party.
Thank
You
you.
kept the show rolling, um, and you knew to have fun and play with the audience.
I love the audience. The audience is a lot of fun. You can go check a lot of those moments out on Showgirls
On
WeHo on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yep.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's see here. How many more we
Who
got?
this?
One, two, four, five. Six. Oh, we got six, and I can't wait for you to see the sixth one. Oh,
I
you
can't
gonna
wait to see
die.
what else you dug up.
Let's see who this. Oh, and speaking of playing with the audience,
This is from when I used to host and produce Showgirls at Mickey's. One of the many times I was on stage, and I am probably talking to that gentleman right there
with
whose
his
head is
head
down.
down.
And who knows what I could have said. I could have made a joke, or could have did something, or I could have been asking him my questions. Whenever I saw a cute guy in the audience, I always asked him,
Oh, you go
"Do you
for
have
it.
a job? Do you have a car? Do you have your own place? And do you like chocolate?"
And if they answered to all yes,
If it was a yes, then baby, we was in
and you would
business.
always tell them, it's a yes. Oh, baby, I got me a date. We going to the Burger King after the show.
Wendy's, we going to Wendy's after the show to give me
Wendy's.
a junior bacon cheeseburger.
I felt like you were doing stuff that we see like Leslie Jones do now in her shows when she goes into the audience and really fucks with the audience and just have them cracking up. You used to do that stuff. You and the girls, you and Raven and Morgan, whenever you guys would host, y'all would make sure y'all fucked with the audience,
Well,
and it was hilarious.
we just want to make sure that the audience has a good time and that they know that they have permission to laugh and stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah,
There you go. There you go.
who it
Let's
is?
see. Oh, I think you may know who they are.
Uh oh.
I believe you worked with these two lovely ladies.
Let's see. Oh yes, Miss Mayhem and Detox, Fanny.
Yes.
Um, Mayhem and Detox were two people that like I would book all the time at Mickey's when I hosted. Mayhem and I think we've become closer during the quarantine, and we've gotten to know each other more as friends. I don't want y'all to think that is more than friends, but we laugh, we
Y'all are
kiki, we
sisters.
eat, we have yes, we have a great time. So yeah, and again, you know, Mayhem is one of those queens that I don't think people give her proper due. And Detox was just she was always just funny, and we always laughed and had a good time whenever we saw each other, whether it was for a few minutes or for the day. Like we always had a great time. So
I can say I have met both of these ladies, and when I tell you they are so nice, and I love meeting drag queens who are very humble, who understand that the fans really truly love them and they adore them and they
mhm.
idolize them. Um, a few times I met Mayhem out of drag as Daquan, and I
Oh,
met Mayhem as
not letting
Mayhem.
everybody know her government name.
Ooh, it's Mayhem, don't kill me, girl. Um, and I've met Detox once, and this has never left my mind. I was at Mary's in WeHo with my boyfriend at the time,
Mhm.
and we were having dinner, and the
Mhm.
drag show was going on the inside. We were on the outside, and Detox came out in this gold bodysuit, giving you J Lo body realness. And she came up to everyone and said, "Hey, how you guys doing? Are you guys having a good time? Are you guys enjoying yourselves?" And I just told her, I said, "Baby, I love your outfit." And she was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And literally, she heard the girl's song ending. She said, "Okay," in true Detox form, y'all. "Okay, let me go take care of these faggots." And I just bust out. That's Detox for you. That is Detox for you. No filter. No filter.
I love Detox.
We love Detox. We love you, Detox and
There's
Baby.
actually a video of us, I'm sure at Showgirls, performing the classic "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us," and I think we were both like she stood there as a mannequin for the girl part, and then I did the guy part, and it was fun. We had a great time.
Ooh, I just saw a sneak peek of the next one, honey. Ooh, who this? Who is this? But I know you
Who
better get your
did?
judge ready, honey. I don't know, but you better get your judge.
Oh Lord.
Masters herself.
Miss
Masters
Jasmine
herself.
Masters. The one thing, let me tell you, Jasmine and I, we always have a good kiki. We always have a great laugh. The one thing that we absolutely love doing is going to eat together, or as she would say, going to chill. We gotta chill, bitch. We gotta chill. Um, but she's one of the most genuine, down to earth, straightforward, no apologies about who she is. Um, people, and we always just have a great time together. If you can always see us bright and early in the morning talking on live just about
Hmm.
any and everything.
And
So
she made sure she had that blunt ready.
she
She stayed
all
with the
day,
blunt.
all day,
Her
every day.
and Lady Red, rest in peace, Lady Red. They made sure
Hmm.
they be blazing up a storm,
Oh
blazing.
yes,
And
yes, yes,
I
yes.
can I can say I've seen Jasmine perform, and she is an excellent performer. But the one thing Jasmine is known for is those rock hard abs. That bitch is known for those abs.
She known for that body. Period.
That body, that body. When she walked through that workroom, I said, "Oh shit, here we
Hmm.
go, here we go." Yes, we love Miss Jasmine Masters.
You gotta love the judge.
The judge, honey, get your judge. And I, ooh, Let's see who is next. Oh,
Who it
who
is?
this? She's another one of my favorite. We're coming close to the end, but she's one of my favorites.
Oh, Miss Morgan McMichael.
Morgan McMichaels, aka the queen of character illusions, honey.
She is. Morgan is a fierce performer.
Yes.
We always had a great time at Mickey's
Hmm.
when I was there, and I mean I used to always look forward to like some of her classic numbers,
Oh yeah.
whether it was the big turd in the back of the car, or you know or her David Bowie,
Yes.
just you know the one and Halloween is her favorite time of year. So she
Yeah.
always came up with so many good numbers for
She's
Halloween.
done iconic characters. She's
Yeah.
done, not to cut you off, she's done Wednesday Adams,
Mhm.
Pennywise,
Mhm.
David Bowie, Nancy from The
Mhm.
Craft,
Mhm.
um,
Joan
Tabitha,
Collins.
Joan Collins, Tabitha from Tabitha Takes Over, and she even did
Mhm.
Tabitha when Tabitha was there.
Was there. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and
But
I can,
my
yes,
favorite, my favorite is when we used to do a turnabout show where they had to perform as other people in the show. And Morgan did
yes.
Raven. And
Ooh.
Morgan ordered these huge lips that literally were like this, and like a bodysuit and a hair flip like Raven. It was
Because
hilarious.
Raven is known for like the bobs and the bodysuit.
And the bodysuit and the lips. So
Yes.
she had Raven down.
And people don't know. Yeah, for those of you who don't know about Morgan, Morgan may look like a white girl. Morgan is really a sister. She's really black. That
Probably
I've
because
never
she's got a
seen
lot
no
of black in her.
that too. Yes, because I ain't never seen no white boy dance like she dances like a sister. The bitch
Hmm.
drops it, dips it, turns it. Now my favorite oh my god, my absolute favorite is the Big Dick Melody.
Oh yes, yes.
When she goes into Deborah Wilson's from Trading Spaces, that oh my god, and I watched the video so many times when she literally did a headstand on a guy's lap and says oh my god. It is hilarious, and she knows how to stay in character when she does
Hmm.
her songs. If y'all have not seen her, go on YouTube, look at her videos. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, Showgirls is coming back.
Showgirls
um,
already came back.
it's back already,
Uh,
so
yeah,
y'all need to go see
as
her.
of last week. Yeah.
If you can't see her in WeHo, y'all know that between her
Oh,
and Mayhem, them bitches work 7 days a week. See them in
they do.
WeHo, Palm Springs, San Diego, Long Beach. Y'all can find them somewhere at one of these damn clubs giving you a
Or you
hell of
know
a
what?
show.
If you can't get here, bring them to a city near you.
Book them
Book
bitches to come
them.
out there for your party.
Go to your local club and tell them you want to see a Mayhem, a Detox, a
A
Morgan,
Raven, a
a
Morgan,
Raven. You know, let them know, and then they can get a booking, and you can see them in your city.
or even a Tony. You know, if you got the coins, y'all book them for not only your clubs, book them for your parties, your bar mitzvahs, your weddings, your divorce parties. You know, anywhere that's a party going on. If you don't know how to have a party, they'll bring the party to you. Trust,
Exactly.
trust. As Kylie Sonique would say, trust. Let's see who is the next one.
Who it
Ooh,
is?
ooh, oh, I might have to record your voice as a little sound bite here.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Oh,
Oh, that's Miss Jada Essence Hall.
Jada. Jada. Now, I will say about this before you go, before you speak. To have her and then Simone back to back, amazing.
Hmm.
That is black girl magic at its finest.
What people don't know is that I actually talked to Jada. So somehow Jada, there I have another Facebook page, which is like all my club stuff, and Jada and I were friends on that one. And before Drag Race started, before I knew she was on the cast, I was helping TikTok recruit queens, and Jada was one of the queens that I talked to and recruited. And it's so funny because then after she won, I
Hmm.
messaged her and I was like, "How funny is that? That like right before all that went down, like I recruited you for TikTok." So kudos to her. First of all, you have to give it up for that season because that was mid-pandemic season. Um,
Yes, and they
and they
turned it.
really, yeah, they really turned it out in their living rooms trying to vie for $100,000 hairs, and she
Hmm.
really did an amazing job. So kudos to her.
And she will forever be known as look over there.
Oh my
She
god.
will
I
forever be. I mean,
her look over there goes down along with Latrice Royale's
get those
moment.
nuts out of my face.
Nope, not that one. I'm going to take you
Oh.
back because they did a frock the vote during Latrice's season,
Mm-hmm.
and this is they did the forum, and Dan
Mm-hmm.
Savage asked Latrice. He said, Latrice, sometimes politics can get very ugly. Tell us a moment where you made peace with it. And Latrice said, about 5 minutes ago, I looked over at Miss O'Hara and I realized she was ugly. And I'm at
And
peace with
I'm at
that.
peace with that. No, now you know what? Okay, this is another classic Latrice mode. Since we're on the queen that is chunky yet funky, large and in charge,
Large and in
Latrice
charge, chunky yet funky.
funky, Latrice motherfucking Royale, when her and Raven and Carson with his nutcase self, Michelle and Rue were on Celebrity Family Feud,
Oh, hilarious. Hilarious.
and
The whole
when
moment
Steve
was
asked,
hilarious.
yes, when Steve asked Latrice, well, what makes Latrice Latrice, and she just said, "Look at me." I said, "Oh shit." I mean, that whole panel is
They should
like
have.
Steve said. Rue was good, and then after Michelle, it just go downhill from there. Especially Carson egging it on. Raven, why don't you demonstrate showing leg? Shit, you asked the wrong bitch. Because
It was
Raven ain't got no problem.
that whole thing was. I wish they would have just went on, but like
Oh, oh
it was
my god!
fun.
And it takes a lot for. Side note, it takes a lot for Steve to really not feel uncomfortable, but to just make him gag. When Carson said he loved that suit, and Steve said, "I
I'm
ain't
not
wearing
wearing
this
this
suit
suit no
no
more.
more. Y'all get y'all pictures now. This suit is going in retirement." It was a plum suit, no eggplant,
Eggs, something, one of those.
something purple. Okay, the final who dis. Oh, you're gonna gag.
Let's see who this is.
It is somebody you admire, somebody you look up to,
Hmm.
some lays the house down boots. Your queen.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Here's the funny thing. I was not a fan of Beyonce in Destiny's Child. I didn't become a fan of Beyonce until her solo album with Crazy in Love, and the club back home used to always play it so that I could dance to it. It was
I
like
think a lot
it.
of us were like that. We weren't
It was
fans of
yeah,
Beyonce when it was Destiny's Child.
right. So it was just like it was a given, and so
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but what I admire about her is just that she's so talented and so still humble, but yet she's just accomplished so much for someone
Mm-hmm.
to be like in my age bracket as well.
Yeah.
And there came a point in her career, I think, starting with the Four album, where she decided she was just going to do music for her, and
Mm-hmm.
that she's going to say something, through her music. It stopped
Mm-hmm.
being about the bops and playing, radio airplay and stuff like that. It really just became about, what she wanted to do.
And she
Um,
said that too. She said that
yeah.
she had to decide if you want to be a singles artist
Hmm.
or you want to release an album. I think she may not say, she'll probably say it wasn't shade towards anyone, but I kind of felt like that was shade towards J-Lo, because J-Lo puts out a lot of singles. And a lot of them albums tend to flop after P. Diddy. Anyway, but I can honestly say people know I am not part of the Beehive. I am part of J Tribe, or Jan Fam, Janet. But I will say I highly respect Beyonce because of her craft, her work ethic. She puts on a hell of a show. And for me, she is our generation's like Tina Turner, Diana Ross. She has made herself to be in the iconic status and soon to be legendary status. For me, the thing that really made me love her music, and to me this is still my favorite album, is the self-titled album, because she just had Blue Ivy and she proved that I can have a baby and come back even harder, and I can be sexy.
Well, the thing about the Beyonce album is also it's historic because of the way it was dropped.
Yeah.
And I'll never
And the
forget.
videos.
Yeah, well, everything dropped at midnight Eastern Standard Time, because I remember standing at a Christmas party. It was a little after 9, and I heard people go, "Oh my God, Beyonce just dropped an album," and I was like, "What? What's everyone talking about?" And there was all this buzz all of a sudden that Beyonce had dropped this album, and I literally went home, and right before I went to bed, I was like, "Let me just check." And I checked, and there it was. And I just
Sure
hit
enough.
download, and I went to sleep. And then I woke up the next day, and I watched everything.
I will say I love the cohesiveness of how the video flowed. Like
Hmm.
one went right into the other,
Hmm.
and it almost told a story in a way. Um, People that know me know my favorite is Partition. The video Partition is my favorite. It's
Hmm.
my favorite song. I perform it all the time at karaoke. I tried to give a little bit when she does the chair routine.
Hmm.
Um, I speak a little bit of the French, but then I don't do the whole French because I can't speak French. But
Hmm.
I will say, um, again, I respect her. I I like her. I know you love her. I like her.
Hmm.
But again, I respect her. I take my hat off to her, and I take my hat off to her because it takes a strong woman to go through what she went through with Jay-Z, to expose, not to expose, but to talk about what went down in that relationship, to talk about the cheating, the stepping out of the marriage, to the infamous, what is now pretty much like a video meme, where she does it's a song called Resentment, where she says she was beautiful but she ain't you
I
know
know she was attractive, but I was
right.
here first. Been riding with
Hmm.
you for 6 years. Why did I deserve? Hmm.
And people don't give her enough credit for her work ethic behind the scenes, because if you guys look at behind the scenes, that's what I do with a lot of concerts. I like watching the behind the scenes. I want to see how the show was made.
Hmm.
And when they showed how they came up with the Atlantic City residency, and the Wynn residency, she works hard,
Hmm.
and she's very anal, but she has to be,
Hmm.
because she's like the Black Barbara Streisand. She's very anal on how things are run, because she wants it to run smoothly and perfectly, so that way there are no hiccups.
Yeah.
And she has said many times, I think there was, I forget what show it was, I saw the behind the scenes, and she really went off, and she was
Hmm.
like, no, this shit is not right, y'all not fucking doing it. Like, she was cursing, and we don't hear Beyonce curse like that. She was
Hmm.
pissed.
Hmm.
And you know I think, to me, Lemonade, I think, was her most personal album,
It definitely was.
and it was dark,
Yeah.
very dark.
Agreed.
But if you could say anything to your queen, what would you say to her? if she was on this live right now.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's it.
Just thank you.
Thank you.
So you would just leave her gagging like, that's it, just thank you?
Mm-hmm.
Because, in her mind, she'd be thinking, well, damn, okay.
Like I'm gonna flip out or do it. Just a
Right,
simple
like
thank
most
you.
fans do.
That's it.
I know for me, and I keep manifesting it because I know it's gonna happen. And y'all, when y'all manifest things, it will happen eventually. You just have to wait and be patient. I know I'm gonna meet Janet, and when I do, I know I'm gonna be breathless. I know I'm gonna cry because I've looked up to this woman since I was like 8 years old, thanks to Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I'll be able to say to her is, no, you don't understand. No, you just don't understand what you have done. You don't understand.
Right.
But I think artists like Beyonce, like Janet, like Nicki, Cardi, even now Megan, Megan is working her way up there. When you are so well received from your fans and they just cry at the sight of you,
Mm-hmm.
it means you are doing something positive. You are inspiring people. And it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And they don't take it for granted. Most artists do. They take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I thank you,
Agreed.
Tony,
Thank
for
you.
coming in to the Velvet Rope. You are
To
always
we
welcome.
had special needs to feel that we belong.
A fun fact. People do ask me, because they know I'm a huge Janet fan. They always ask me what is my favorite tour of Janet, and they're shocked
Mm-hmm.
when I don't say the Velvet Rope. Mine is actually the Rock With You tour because of the theatrics,
Mm-hmm.
and because I got to see it live in person. And to me, no one has done a stage like she has, where you have a stage and the entire catwalk, and then you have a pit where the audience is, and you work that catwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn. But I mean, that's just my girl. Y'all know. Y'all go back and listen to the first season. I did my about her. I talked about her whole history. So,
There you
y'all go
go.
back and listen to that. Right, I ain't going through that again. Shit, y'all want to learn about her? Watch her documentary that's coming out in the next, I think, year or two. So,
Right.
thanks to Lifetime. Hopefully, they don't fuck it up.
They won't.
Yeah, well, hey, they fucked up many movies. Aaliyah. Thank you, Wendell Williams. Sorry. And the Whitney. Let me stop. See, you get me going. You always get me going, Tony. Get me going.
I'm just sitting here.
I love to throw shade at people.
I'm
Damn
just
it.
sitting here peaceful.
So, before we close out,
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you, who do you want to win All Stars? Who do you want to win?
I don't know. It's still too early to tell.
True.
It's still very early to tell. I have no idea.
True.
I'm rooting for all of them because I feel like they all deserve to be there. But at this point, it's so neck and neck. I don't know.
See, I should have asked you in the form of Rue always says, who deserves to go home and why?
Don't
Should have put you
know.
on the spot. Oh my goodness. Well, Tony, I thank you so much. Y'all can see Tony on IG Live.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't following him, you need to go follow him, because I guarantee you, at a random moment, he will be on live with, I call her Masters, with Jasmine Masters and Mayhem, because y'all know you can have up to like 4 people on live now. You can see him, you can see Jasmine, you can even see
You can see
her
the other
godmother,
Jasmine.
Jasmine Simone. Shout out to Jasmine
Uh-huh.
Simone, Mayhem, or even
Mm-hmm.
Dylan. And they
Who?
just keep. Is his name Dylan?
Latavia. Latavia. Latavia.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
oh.
Latavia.
See,
Talking
I
about
remember him
Latavia.
from the Logo Show.
Finding Prince
The
Charming.
Thank you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Y'all can find them on IG just cutting up Kiki and have a good old mess of time, child. Just reading each other and shading each other all day long. It's
We
so
just
cute.
have a good conversation. That's all. But
Good old
if
church
y'all
ladies
wanna,
having that good conversation.
exactly. But if y'all want to tune in, just follow me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony.
There you go. Now is
Follow
more
me.
Tony come is more please coming back?
More Please is coming back. I'm not sure when,
Okay.
but it will come back. I'm just trying to see where we are, country wise, to see if I should continue it in person or on Zoom.
Okay.
But we shall see. But it'll
Okay.
come back
And
for sure.
now I know you will be at Mickey's Fridays for Level
hmm
Up. Now is that every
hmm
Friday?
Yes, I am at Mickey's every Tuesday night for Vault, Friday for Level Up, which is our game night, and then Saturday, Wings and Things, where you come for the wings and stay for the things.
All right, all right, and shout out to the entire staff at Mickey's. I miss y'all. I saw the renovations; they look fabulous. And shout
hmm
out to DJ Benjamin Castro who be spinning them
hmm
beats, baby. And shout out to
hmm
you, Tony, for being the host and all the girls down there. And
Thank you.
one more question before we go.
Yes.
It just slipped my mind. Now you've done Lounging with Tony on
Uh huh.
YouTube.
Uh huh. That
You've
was my
interviewed a
first web
lot of
show.
you interviewed a lot of people.
I have.
Now we discussed this behind the scenes, but who
Uh
was
huh.
your favorite?
A lot of people always ask me, and I feel like I give the same answer all the time because it's the only answer. Raven Simone is my favorite interview on Lounging with Tony because it showed exactly what I thought the show should be. Just two people having a conversation.
Okay, like my show.
And yes. And so it was just so easy with her. And it was just fun just sitting there and just talking to her and
And you know you
everything.
said her
And
name wrong.
are you talking about Raven Simone?
There you go. Thanks to Rue, we now know it's Simone.
But that was with the Lounging with Tony series. That's my favorite one.
Okay, okay. That's
hmm
actually my favorite too because I love Raven Simone. Since the Cosby Show days and on to Hanging with Mr. Cooper and That's So Raven and now Raven's
hmm
Home. And The View. Funny thing, before I let you go, and I'm gonna let you go, I promise. My best friend and I, Eric, we kiki about this moment all the time when we saw Raven on The View, and she had red hair, and she said she was talking to a guy, and she found out he was talking to another girl here in Las Vegas. She said
hmm
she drove all the way from LA to Las Vegas, showed up at the girl's job, and she didn't say she was a blackjack. No, she said she was a blackjack dealer. She showed up to the girl's job, found out which hotel she was working at, sat at the table, and she literally said, and I quote, she sat there and she said, "Hi," and just said, "Who are you? What's the moment? What's going on?" And she said she drove back to LA in the same night to show the man don't play around. She's a sad just like me, and
I
I
love it.
now I ain't about to drive pretty much 8 hours to prove no point. Damn it,
The
hell
phone
no.
call,
Thank you, Barbara. This is Shirley. Don't play with me, bitch.
right?
Anyway, thank you so much, Tony. It
Thank
was a
you for having
pleasure.
me. Thank you for allowing me to be on the velvet rope. I appreciate it.
Yes, 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 yes. And we definitely gonna have you back again soon. Y'all follow this man on Instagram, Facebook, Scruff, Grinder, Black Planet
I
BGC,
beg
Christian
all of
Mingle,
your pardons. I am not on those apps. Thank you.
Christian Mingle.
Thank you. The only place where
you
you can
know,
find me.
you can find him at Ebenezer's Baptist Church of Hezekiah Walker on Fifth Street.
Yeah, exactly. Hallelujah.
She is the
Come,
first lady.
come with scripture and potato salad.
Oh my goodness. Well, Tony, as I always say to my guests, as always, your access has been granted.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome, baby. Come back anytime.
All right.
All right now.